good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Let's go music. This is How to Happen on iOS, and my name is Jade. And today we're going to be playing with Euclidean. But first, today's featured artist is Sith Vasquez. And this is Hatred. Boom. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Sith Vasquez. And I think the band's called it. Oops, what's going on there? Stop. Autoplay. Why did you can reconnect? Another Cousin Bob, I do believe, is the name of her band. Rockin' stuff to get stuff rocking in the morning. What am I talking about already? It's already getting off to a good start. Hi, I'm Jade. This is How to Happen on iOS. Every day we look at apps and things and stuff, and sometimes we're stuffing things to make music, videos, creativity, all that kind of stuff, mental health and well-being. We do an occasional interview here and there, and you know what? Sometimes on the weekend I play some music and sing some songs. No problem at all. My pleasure, Sith Vasquez. Thanks for allowing me to play your song. Alrighty, let's do this stuff and then we'll jump into today's stufferooning. Yeah, there's a Facebook page right there. You can go and join wherever you like. We all rise together. People share music and stuff. Also, the show is telecast daily over at the Twitch at twitch.tv/howtoapp on iOS. It has a whole lot of emojis and stuff like that when you go over there and watch on Twitch. Also have a Patreon, so Patreon right there at Jade Starr. And from as little as $1 a month on Master Your Songs on the Weekend, we do giveaways for $5 and above. Patrons, apps and stuff. This week's apps include this and Bliss Amiga on the weekend when we do the weekend show on the Patreon. Also, this is the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jade Starr. Please hit the like. It helps with the algorithm-y stuff and all that thingy stuff. And please subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 2,000 subs. Boom. And I can kill that ad now. Alrighty, let's say hello to folks in the chat and then we'll get into stuff. Hello, Dave Fox. Hello, Paying to Get. Hello, Thomas Christ. Hello, Gregory Sullivan. Sith Vasquez. See what I did there? Boom, Sith Vasquez. Michael Nervous, hello to you. Hopefully we can answer some more questions about this app that we're looking at today. Audible Video opens app in preparation to backseat drive, says Audible Video. Yeah? You reckon? Good on you. Gary Hubbs, hello to you. Hello, 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 hello. Where's my lawnmower, man? Where's my lawnmower? Harambo Hounslow, good to see you, my friend. And I think I said Gregory O'Sullivan already. If I didn't, I'll say it again. I say it again, Sam. Thomas Christ. Hello to you. Scrolling through the list. Oh, of course. Deep Gravity. Hello, Mark Bro. I hope you're doing well also. Did I get everybody? I think I got most of you guys. If I didn't, call me a dickhead down below. And we're all good to go. And I'm a poet and I didn't know it until now. Sean Chandler, hello. Fist bump to you, my friend. So let's have some price drops. And then I just want to cover something that happened yesterday. On yesterday's show, I just want to go over something which I didn't finish. And I'm a Virgo and I can't let go of it. So yeah, let's do that. Price drops. Fly Tape 2. I did a review of that. $5.99 to $1.99. Get it cheap. It's going. Got it. Get it. Got it. Good. It gone. Visual Piano. Don't know what it is, but it's free. But it's got a little star next to it. Means you have to pay more money. There you go. So is My Music Tower. That sounds really weird. Borderlands Granular. $19.99 to $13.99. Tape. I don't even know what tape is. Tape. Do you still remember cassettes from the 80s? No. I've got Alzheimer's. I can't remember what I did yesterday. Yeah. Bass Leveler. Excuse me. $5.99 to $3.99. Going out with the pork chops. Digitalism covered that yesterday. So pretty much everything else here. You can go to the link in the description to go to apps and add it to your favorites so you can check price drops every day also. Okay, yesterday's show, we looked at Citizen DJ website, which you can download all these amazing samples. I want to let you know, I got a copyright claim on the show yesterday for playing the samples. But how cool is this? I got an email with a copyright claim, and then I got an email immediately after saying the copyright claim had been reversed because it was a Creative Commons claim. How cool. That's really fun. So there you go. That just proves all of these samples are completely free. And so they do pick them up and then they reverse them immediately. What I wanted to show you was this because I couldn't get this happening yesterday. So let's reload this page. See if we can get some sound happening. I think it needs a reload. We'll better turn it down because it'll probably be loud. So if I pick a sound, yesterday when I did this, I didn't really get to show you what happens. So if I pick this sound here and then hit context, so we can hear the sound, maybe. There we go. Is it playing? So now if I hit the download button over here, what happens is it opens in a brand new window. See this? And it plays it for you. Hello, Ed Zielinski. Welcome along. So there you go. Now, how do you download it from here? That's what I forgot to show you. So up here to the little share sheet button and find it. And you can just save it to your Files app from here. Save to Files. There you go. So that's how you download the file. When you click on it there, it lets you save it wherever you'd like. So just so you know if you want to save those individual files. Sorry I didn't cover that yesterday, but we've fixed that. If you didn't see yesterday's show, go and watch it because it's worth your time. Today we are looking at Euclidean from 4 Pockets, and I've been really excited about this app because it's ace. And I need to let you know I am using the current beta version for today's episode, but don't be freaked out because the current version I have is the master release that is going to be released, I would say, either in today, next 12 hours, or probably tomorrow. So it's the final gold master that I'm looking at today. There's actually been about believe it or not, about 5 updates in the last 12 hours to this app. Paul's just crazy, man. We love Paul here on How to App on iOS. Paul is a legend. So, Euclidean geometry, that is where the term comes from, is a mathematical system attributed to Alexandrian Greek mathematician Euclid. So basically what it's saying, if you download this app, you can be a Euclidean, which he described in his textbook on geometry. The elements. Euclid's method consists of assuming a small set of intuitively appealing axioms and deducing many propositions, theorems, for these. Although many of Euclid's results had been stated by earlier mathematicians, Euclid was the first to show how these propositions could fit into a comprehensive, deductive, and logical system. So this is a old form of geometry. A geometry. There you go. Euclidean geometries. And it takes these geometries to put into musical algorithms and rhythms and such. So that is a little bit, if you can go and read more about Euclidean geometry, not Euclidean geometry, because that's a completely different thing. Yeah? Absolutely. All right, so let's open up the app. How much is it? I don't really know. I haven't even looked. I can tell you right now. Let's do a search for it, and I can tell you. Euclidean. How much is Euclidean? It is $7.99 US. Hello, Zach. Good to see you too in the chat, Rooney. So it is $7.99 US, a little bit more in Australia because our dollars and Canadian dollars aren't worth shit compared to America. So there is your price. And hopefully, well, you know, it's totally up to you. Let's see what you think of it, because it's about you deciding if it's good for you. Because remember, apps aren't Pokemon. You don't need to catch them all. You only need the ones that are going to benefit your music creation. But I reckon this is fucking cool. Shall we open it up and play something that I have created previously? Let's go, shall we? Oh dear. you go. Bit of fun. Let's bring it back here. So what is going on with this thing? Let's have a look. So as you can probably see, there's a lot of things happening. We've got these 4 lanes. What I might do here is, the best way to probably explain it is to just clear this out and start with 1 track. So what we had there was running as instruments was 4 copies of Blease's Omega, and I just had a 909 from Audio Kit running as drums. So that's pretty much it to make all those interesting patterns. So let's clear this out. No, Russ, 2022 is not going to be the year that I create a techno song. It's going to be the year that you keep wanting me to, but I never do. Yeah, glad to see that Russ is home. Russ is back in the UK, so safe journey. Thank God you got home well and safe. Alrighty, shall we open it up? So, hello, Sai. Always effing good to see you. Let's open up a Euclidean. So, to open this up, it is a sequencer, so it runs in a Midi channel on AUM. So, we plus symbol, we hit MIDI to open up a Midi channel here. Tap on it, do a search for Euclidean. There it is. That is our Midi channel. And we can have up to 4 instruments that this controls, yeah? So let's do those now. We'll add 4 audio. It's ready to go. And let's open up Euclidean and take a look at the controls and how to set something up. So to kick off, we have these 4 rings in the middle, and they are controlled by A, B, C, and D. These are your 3, what Paul calls them. Let's just call them whatever. We'll call them whatever we want. All right. So it works from the outside in. So A is the outside and D is the inside. And if I click on A, you will see it populates the outside channel with a bunch of dots. All right. So now within these dots, we have, let's go along from left to right along this channel or this strip, whatever you want to call it, and show you what everything does. So it's set to, they're all set to 16 steps currently. So if I turn this up, and what's really cool is when you hold down on the knob, this is a new thing on the update, you get a little pop-up box there that shows the number, because the numbers are a little bit small. So that's really nice for those of us with glasses. You can go up to 64 steps. So you can see as I turn that up, the dots increase. So those are your steps. We'll leave it on 16 for now, just to be boring. And within the 16 steps, you have events. So as you'll see, as I turn up the events, it fills up with dots. So you can't go over. You can have, if you have 16 steps, the highest amount of events you can have within those steps is 16, because there's no more room for it to go. So you can have anything in between there. Now, what's really cool is you can create these off beats. So you can see here, if I put 8 events in there, there's a gap between each of them here, but there's a rotation button next. So if I turn this rotation button, it starts to move things around, so you can create off beats, which is really cool. So if we put an odd number in here like 9, you can see we've got 2 together here. And all right, so let's bring in an instrument so we can start showing you what this sounds like. Now, there's 2 ways you can connect an instrument to this, yeah? I'll just flick screens here. I'm already jumping around a little bit. So there's 2 ways you can connect an instrument. The easiest way, and the way if you don't want to have to think about it, is you have these knobs here called ports. And there are 4 ports. So we have this one at port 1. I'll turn this one to port 2. We'll turn this one to port 3. And we'll turn the bottom one to port 4. All right, now if I jump out of here and go to our first track and bring in an instrument, what shall we bring in first? Just something simple like a house mark. It's always a nice, simple instrument to bring in. our house mark here, and now we click on the little 3-line symbol, whatever you want to call it, and you'll see Euclidean in here. And all you need to do is connect number 1. See Euclidean Auv3. So now that is connected to this here, port 1. So these ports connect to those little. So now if I hit play, nothing happens. Why is nothing happening? Well, like all 4Pockets apps, you have to go over here to host sync and connect it so it's connected to AUM. So now when I hit play, we've got some sound happening. We got some little bleeps and bloops. That's what we like, bleeps and bloops. Okie doke. So now you'll see, as I add more events here, so again, you can change the events to however many you want. Change the rotation around. Really cool. The next button along is your notes. So it's currently, they're all set to C4. So if I turn these down, you can change the notes. So I can go down to a C3. And they'll continue to play the same note, whatever you've got. So we'll just reset that back to C4. You also have a velocity button next to it. And of course, if I turn that down, shit gets, if I turn it up, shit gets louder. Nice. The channel button here, let's just stop this, is the alternative way to connect an instrument. So we use the port button to connect the instrument, but you also, if you so choose, you can connect it via a channel. So this is a Midi channel, and you have up to 16 of these you can choose from. You see, so as I scroll, you get 16 channels. This is the old-fashioned way, yeah? So if I'm on channel 1 here, and I'd like to connect this, I would have gone over here, selected the hamburger. Instead of selecting here, I'd scroll down to my Midi channels down here, hit none, and then choose 1. And now that would be connected, right? So there's 2 different ways you can connect. Totally up to you. They both work just as good as each other. But we're just going to go with the simple way. We've already covered the port button. Let's talk about the gate button. This is a new thing that has been added since the update. And if I turn up the gate, you get a little bit more sustain on your. Hello, Tremor Bear. And if I turn down the gate, you get that staccato sound, yeah? So I'll give it a little bit. And we've got the start of something here. Okay, let's cover the last 2 buttons on this line. You've got a reverse. So if I hit reverse, everything goes backwards. Backwards. If I turn that off and then hit ping pong, now when it gets to the end, it goes back in the other direction. Doink. Doink. Pretty cool, yeah? Also, now if I turn off this letter A, that disconnects it. Yeah, so it's disconnected. Turn it back on, we're back in action. Underneath the channel selection is a speed band. So if I, so that's what these are called. They're called bands, sorry. You've got 4 bands, A, B, C, and D. Now if I hit 2 times, what do you think happens? We'll give it some more gate. And you could slow it down to 0.5. Sweet. Not only can you do this, you also can draw things in down here and create your own melodies as well. If you don't want to just have a single note up here, you can actually draw things in as well. So how do we do that? Well, you need to make sure over here that your A track is selected, your A band. So once we've got A selected, what's important, you need to, let's cover these, just these 3 buttons for now. So this is what key it'll be in, what you're putting in, what you're actually creating down here. So let's just choose C for now. If you've got your scale next to it, make sure you keep this in your mind at all times. If you have a chromatic scale selected, you can place your notes anywhere on here, right? So to place a note, you just hold down and it'll appear. You can only have one note per line, and you can see I just can spray these anywhere I want, yeah? Anywhere. So now if I hit play, to get rid of them, you just do the same thing. You just hold down on them and they just vanish. If you want to get rid of them all really quickly in one go, you have a clear button here. You have to make sure this track is selected. You hit clear, you get a pop-up. Do you want to clear them? Yes, please. And you can clear that and it's gone. Good. Now the thing, why I mentioned, hello, I have an idea. Good to see you. Now, the reason I mentioned to think about the chromatic scale, once you change scale to a major, when you try and draw notes in, if I put a note here on G and then try to put a note in somewhere else, a lot of the time it won't let me put notes in places depending on the chord. So if I choose let's say a C chord, right, next to it. So I've chosen major scale and a C chord. Now if I draw notes in, it won't let me put them in certain places because it keeps them within the scale, right? It's really cool how it does that. So if we go now to a minor, when I change scales, you'll see it moves the notes automatically into the scale of whatever scale you're using. So you can see major to minor. To a Dorian. So it's really cool. It'll stop you from fucking up your scales if you don't know what you're doing. And we can keep drawing stuff in here. And then hit our scale. Gobble, 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 gobble. But cool. So that is how you draw things in. That is, it's really easy. And I can now change a chord whenever I want. I can change it to an F minor. Just by holding down on the chord, so you can change to whatever you like. You can change your scale whenever you like. Really, really cool. All right. Now that we've created something there, let's talk about the randomize button, because the randomize button's really cool. In fact, it's very cool. All right, so if we click on the randomize button, we're given this little open box here. And you'll see at the top, all of the 4 bands are selected. We'll just turn these off for now because we're only using A. And you have a whole bunch of options of things you can randomize. So you've got the chords, the scale, the speed, the program, controllers, we'll get to controllers, the probability, the velocity, and the notes. So currently we've got scale and chord selected, velocity, and notes. So if I hit randomize, you can also choose between, you can set a range between your lower octave and upper octave. So I can take this down to say 2 and now hit randomize again. We can bring this upper, say down to 3, and now we're only going to get very low notes. I'm going to have to fall out. Not enough sleep for bleeps. Oh well, Russ, you'll be right. Just take a Bex. All right. So you can change the complexity. You can actually turn up the complexity here. And now when I hit randomize, let's bring this up a little bit higher. So yeah, really cool. The randomize button is amazing. You've got a undo and redo. But remember, you can only undo and redo while you have this box open. If I close this box now and then open Randomize again, I can't undo or redo. It loses its memory. So keep that in mind at all times, yeah? So that is a quick look at the Randomize button. If you, you'll notice on some of these buttons too, like a lot of 4Pockets apps, there's a little chevron up in the top corner here, which normally means you can hold your finger down on it and you'll get more options will pop up for you. Alrighty, I'm going to start building something. We'll get rid of this sound for now. Let's just bring in an Omega for now. We'll bring in a Blease, Omega. Once again, we'll go in here and choose number 1. And we're off. We've got some sounds. Cool. All right, time to bring in another track. So we want to bring in band B now. And this is set to port 2. So we need to bring in something else. We'll just do a whole bunch of Omegas, just for now. And we'll set this to number 2. Now we can decide if we just want to create some events in here. Make it an offbeat. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere. Shall we bring in something else? We'll bring in another Omega. So you see, it's really easy to start making stuff within here. We want to add this to band 3. Turn on band 3. Let's choose a preset from bank B. Cool. Things are starting to get weird. Let's mess around with C. We'll maybe bring this down half. We can bring some drums in maybe. So we'll bring in something like FAC drum kit. So we got some, we'll just bring in a kick for now. Maybe just a kick drum. So this kick drum, I'll just stop that. So we've got a kick drum here. And I'm assuming this kick drum is probably about a C. They normally start on a C, so it's probably about a C3. Now, when we go in here, let's turn on D. So now you'll see we've got this inner track here, which has got 16 steps and 4 events. Now the note is set to C4. So we want to try and turn this down to C3, I'm assuming. And now let's just turn off everything else and see if this kicks. Maybe it's not. Did I attach it? I don't think I attached it. There we go. Cool. So we've got a kick happening now. Let's turn up the events. There we go. So we've got 6 events. Give it 8. So we've got a backbeat. You know, backbeat, the word is on the street. Fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you should have somehow. We go 8. 8. There we go. Cool. We've got a beat happening. give the drum a bit more velocity. Cool. So we've made our first rhythm, yeah? Pretty simple to throw together something. And as you can imagine, the amount of variations you can do in here using a combination of the sequencer down here, putting in all your notes, and using steps up here and selecting individual notes and patterns with the geometry circle, the band circle. It's quite limitless, yeah? So up the top here we have these little programs, yeah? So when I flick through these, you can see there's 8 of them here, and if you click the little dot on the end, it changes from 9 to 16. So essentially you've got 16 of them. You can program these. The best way to do it, in my opinion, is once you're on your first one, you can go down here and copy it and then click page 2 and then paste it in, and then you can do a variation of this. So I can go over here to this A, so here, and we can go and randomize this, make sure A is selected, randomize that, and then I want to save it, yeah? So how do we save it? You just hold down until it flashes, and now when we hit play, so we've got a variation now, and if I flick back to the first one, but we can go even further, and on this page 2 here, we can randomize the whole lot. Why not? So if we select all 4 of these, we can decide exactly how much we want to randomize here. Yeah, so we've got scale, chord, velocity, notes. We can do all that kind of stuff. Let's randomize all of them now. Boom. Now everything's been randomized. Again, hit up here, hold down, and it's saved. So we'll go back to page 1. Now we'll choose page 2. Another cool little thing, up the top right hand corner, you've got a speed button, so you can control the overall speed. We can make this times 4. For those times when you're on methamphetamine. We can slow it right down. Or we can even bring it right down here. And what's really cool, on each individual band now, I can go in here and change these individually. 2 times here. We can make this 1 times. We can bring this up to 2. So you can get some really unique combinations going on. Let's speed this up a little bit overall. And if I want to save this again, just hold down. So the thing to remember when you're saving programs up here, the overall speed stays for all of the patches, yeah? All of the programs. So I'll bring it back to 2. And as I said, you can have up to 16 of these. So again, I can take this one here. I can copy it. We've already got it selected. Hit number 3. Paste it in place. Go down here to randomize, and we can randomize everything. We can randomize the probability. We can even add controllers. So I'll talk about controllers in a sec. Let's add that in there and hit randomize. Now let's play this one. So we'll save that. Pretty damn cool. So you could even as well bring in 4 individual drums. So think about that. You could actually even bring in on these drums here. Where is that? Last track of drums. Let's click down D here. And you can actually control the drums. You can draw in your drums as well. So it depends on what notes they are. So what is our drums? Our kick is C3, I think. Is that what it was? C3. So if we go down here and start drawing these things in, where are we? B, C. Because we've got our chords. But you can actually go in and if we change this to a chromatic, we can start drawing these things in. Let's C1. So where are we? C3. So yeah, you can start drawing these in. And your snare. So you can actually do that as well. So when we hit play now, just on these drums, this should work. Yeah? So just like any other sequencer, you can draw stuff in just using the drums. So, I mean, it's very... the sky's the limit. We can hit reverse on this. Ping pong it. We can add more events. Change the rotation. Change the amount of... So we... There is a shitload of stuff you can do with this. It is just crazy. I really think this is... And Paul said to me when he sent me the beta, this was only just a bit of a muck around project, just something to mess around with, and it's turned out to be something really cool, which is ace. Sometimes the things that you don't plan on being really cool turn out to be really cool, or very cool, as Pete would say. All right, so let's talk about the Midi controller, how you can use the Midi controller to control a bunch of these things, yeah? What we'll do, let's just save this. Not like I'm going to use it anyway. It's not really my best work. We'll call this Euclidean show there. And we'll load up the initial track I started with today just to show you how the MIDI works. That was this dance one. Because you can control everything with your MIDI controller. Virtually everything. So here we are at the back at our main screen here. Just make sure everything. So that's those. Let's go down. Make sure I'm here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Down. Okay. So you can actually set up your controller to control what's happening here. Plus you can change chords. So on your keyboard, if you go down to C1, that's where you can control the program, up the top here, the P1, P2. So you'll see when I hit C1, we have P1. If I hit C2, go along the keys, you can see they are changing along here. So you can change the programs as you like using your keyboard, which is really cool. So that starts at, I think it's C1. No, is that what I said? Yeah, C1. So if I hit play now, and I'm pretty sure it goes from C1 all the way to D sharp, D something, I think. So it goes 16 keys. So you're going up 16 keys. Show you on the big. So you're going 16 keys to change the 16 sequences, which takes you up to C2 on your keyboard. Oops. So once you're on C2, which is here, you'll notice So we go back here. You'll notice it brings in. Oh, why is it not working? Why is it not working? What's going on? Oh, sorry, I'm down here. C2. I'm changing chords. Why am I changing chords? I think I've got to go up. Is that right? Yeah, here we go. Yes. So from C2 up, so this is C2. You can see I'm adding the tiles here, the bands. So you can add those as well. So if we hit play, if I turn everything off, hit play, you've got the drums, which are in another track, and using C2, you can bring in each individual band. Unfortunately, I've reset. I hit one of the buttons that reset the patterns. Fucking hell. I'm such a dick. I forget which key that is. What key is that? I think it's like E. I think it's these. It's E and F that delete your patterns. I'm pretty sure it's that. Yeah, so there you go. So yeah, you can see I'm bringing in each band using my keyboard. Now, the thing is, the delete, the reset is actually already assigned. So all these are assigned onto the keyboard. They're part of the program, and you can find all this information, which is really important because Paul has gone to a great load of work to put this stuff in here. So if you click on this, this is your settings menu up here. You can start a new session, clear, load a preset, save a preset. You've got some settings in here, a panic button, and you have this wonderful help menu, which is very, very clear where everything is. He's done a really beautiful job. It's really well presented, and you can find out where all of your MIDI controls are here. So the following MIDI note passages. So you can see here, they are your select patterns. Here toggles the bands. E2 toggles chord detection. F2 toggles the play latch, and one of them does delete them. So there you go. So you've got all of the instructions in here, which is really good if you get lost. Fuck off. Jesus Christ. I had to say it once. Folks, Audible has a show next week, and he's going to be telling us all how to use these apps. I can't wait for it. I'll be tuning in every week or every day. All right, so you also have this section up here. Let's click on this. So this is your chord recognition mode. So once you've got this turned on, you can actually change the chords as you're playing. Now everything goes from C3 on your keyboard up, so you can do all this from your MIDI keyboard. So if I hit play, let's just go back to the first rhythm here, turn everything on. So you see then, I just held down a chord, and what happened here, the chord changed. So we're in a D minor now, and it just changed to C. And you can change your chords at your leisure. What's really cool is you could add another track in here. Let's just add like a Waverly table or something. Waverly XL. And if we set this to our keyboard, and we set, this is set to our keyboard as well. You can also play along and the music in Euclidean changes with your playing. Really cool. So what else you can do is, if you don't play a chord, so you can play along. As long as you're playing single notes, it won't change the chord in here. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you today in here are the couple of little quick things, because I've got to go. We've only got 6 minutes. Pete's got a show directly after me. You have this little MIDI input detector, so it won't start playing until you hold down a chord. As soon as I let go of the keys, all the instruments stop playing. Heaps of possibilities. You also have in here a mixer, so you can turn down individual things as well. Also, you see these arrows over here at the end? You can actually shift notes with this. So you can actually shift notes around left and right. We'll go to somewhere where there's more notes. So you can actually shift everything by using these left and right arrows, and up and down arrows as well. All right, and the last thing I'm going to show you today, we'll just pause it, is this little section here, because I think this is one of those things you just got to get into and start playing with it, because you can make some incredible sounds with this. So this brings up your controllers, and when you click on here, you get this option here for a whole bunch of controllers you can add. And when you click on it, you've got stuff like modulation, expression, sustain, portamento, frequency, and you can change these around as well. So if I have modulation here, I can start drawing these in like this. So now when we hit play on this B track, you can add modulation, you can add expression, you can add sustains, cool, frequencies, you can even go in here and add noise gate, individual gating per track here for your notes, probability, velocity, and you can do this for each of the tracks, which is really nice. Yeah, so much to customize. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm certainly not going to have enough time to go through everything because Pete shows up next. The last thing, do I have enough time to do this? Let's just try it. One other thing I want to show that you can do, because this is really ace. Stop. Oh. We've got a bit of sustain going on. All right. So let's just choose, what shall we do it with? We'll do it with number 1. Let's try killing the panic. Is it the sustain I've got on? God damn. Oh, really, man? Right. Let's just do this last thing. I know Pete's going to be, he's got his thing on. I just want to show you one thing. This is really cool. It takes a little bit to set up, but I want to show it to you because it's pretty ace. So we'll just use this track A here. You can actually set your randomize to choose different sounds within the app that you're controlling. So you've got this program here, right? So if I hold down on program, hit band A, and hit a lower limit of 0, and just for example, I'm going to hit 6, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. Now I'm going to turn this program on, and now I'm going to head over to this Blease instrument here. Go into these settings, and there's a preset load here. And what I'm going to do is add an action, and I can add a bunch of presets. So I'll add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you can go in here and assign these. So we want this to be channel 1 and 0. Then we'll go to the next one, channel 1 and 1. Next one, channel 1 and 2. Next one, channel 1 and, whoops, and 3. So it does take a little bit of work, but absolutely worth it. You watch what happens. Then we're going to go, man, channel 4. We'll choose here, channel 1 and 5. And then our last, that'll do. What have I got? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Now we go back, and I need to select up here and choose Euclidean number 1. So now this is all connected. We'll close this out. So now up in channel A, I want to make sure this channel is selected to 1. So what happens, I can actually randomize the presets. So if we hit play here, and then I go to randomize, make sure program's set. I didn't want all those. So this is basically now randomizing the presets within the app. Let's do it again. It didn't work. What's going on? I'm too rushed for time. Have I got it set up right? I'm pretty sure I do. I've only done it 100 times. We are set to 1, preset loads, PC 0, channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you can actually randomize presets. So if I had more time, I would actually make sure I got this right. But yeah, it definitely should be working. Is it program? Yeah, I think I've got the right one. Yeah, so you can randomize your controllers. You can randomize basically everything. Speed, the whole lot. Probability, velocity, notes. And you can go for it. It's just unbelievable, this thing. All right, guys. That's it for today. Sorry I ran out of time, but Pete decided to do an extra show releasing his song. So, yeah, enjoy. Absolutely worth your $7.99. It's a wicked app. I'll be using it more and more in shows. So you'll be seeing it a fair bit as time goes on. Already had plenty of updates. It's wicked. All right, I shall see you tomorrow. We have Mark Tanner on the show for an interview tomorrow. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So come and join us for that interview. It is going to be really fun. And I will see you on the flip side. Adios. See you over at Pete's. Bye.